ha 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 ha. It is Monday and I am already exhausted with this week. Side note, I changed my high level and standard level subjects, so I'm now doing high level physics, chemistry and maths, and standard level geography, Spanish and English. So I know the high level chemistry, physics and maths, people are probably going to say I'm crazy, but I know I'm crazy, so it's fine. Anyway, enough of that. Welcome to today's video. Today I am going to be talking about exam mindset, which is sort of suiting because at the moment I'm extremely exhausted and I have lots of tests coming up and I'm going to be requiring this exam mindset, so I thought I'd just share it with you all. So I think one of the most important factors to performing well in exams and aiming towards the grades that you want is actually your mindset, both towards exams and while you're sitting them. Because exams can be very stressful, there's no doubt in that, and they're made to be hard and test you and push you to your academic limits. In most cases, sometimes they don't, sometimes they might be very easy, but in most cases they're very hard. But I've found that sometimes there can be such a thing as too much stress, and that can hinder how well you do, which is why today I'm going to talk about having a healthy mindset when it comes to exams, and also while you're actually sitting the exams as well. A really helpful technique that I learned from somewhere on the big internet is that before you sit an exam, you should imagine yourself in the exam seat, sitting the exam. And apparently it really helps if you imagine yourself in a very calm state where you're aware of everything and you're reading the questions and you're not panicking, because this then reflects into how you'll actually behave in the exam. And even though it might seem like a really small, silly thing, I actually found that this really helped me. And maybe it was sort of just some confirmation bias or placebo thing going on, but I think it actually helped. That's the best honestly I can do for you, because I didn't do some sort of scientific study into what worked for me and what didn't. So there you go. The next thing is planning something that you'll look forward to after you sit the exam, and this sort of just gives you the motivation to sit through the exam, particularly if it's quite stressful, because you know that you'll have something that will relax you after you sit the exam. The next thing to exam mindset is actually what you eat, because what you put into your body is like the fuel for your mind. For exams, the best things to eat are protein heavy foods, because these contribute to increased mental clarity and concentration, which, if anything does that, eat it. So this would include whole grain cereal, eggs, low fat milk, oatmeal, lean bacon, and sugar-free muesli. Studies have shown that eating bananas can actually help students learn more efficiently and improve exam results. I mean, even if it doesn't work, I think it's still worth trying something like that. And the next thing with exam mindset is while you're actually sitting in the exam. Did you hear that? I heard that. While you're actually sitting the exam, it's very important to remain calm and keep your mind as clear as possible so that you're not distracted by other thoughts. And I know this can be an extremely hard thing to do. I mean, my mind has gone off on many tangents in many exams that I've sat, but by keeping that mental clarity, you're saving yourself a lot of time because you're staying focused on the question in front of you instead of something else. And I know that sort of contradicts the idea of like having something to look forward to after an exam, but having those happy thoughts of having something to look forward to, I think also help with staying positive during the exam. And I think that's also like a really important factor to having a good exam mindset, is staying as positive as possible. If you come over a question that you can't answer or that you have difficulty answering, remember that there are hundreds of thousands of other people sitting these papers. You're probably not the only one that's going to struggle with it. Do keep that in mind. If you find a question hard during the exam, don't freak yourself out by internally screaming at yourself that you should know how to answer it, because the truth is probably that no one else knows how to answer it either, unless you're just unlucky. Just hope that you aren't. So yeah, stay positive during your exams, because I think that's just a very important thing. And that also means not just during the actual time that you're sitting the exam, but outside of exams as well. Try not to surround yourself with people who are pessimistic if you can help it, because people who put themselves down, even you might do this. I mean, I know I do it sometimes. I might say, oh, I haven't studied at all, even though I have, just to make myself relate to people, because, I don't know. I think everyone does that. They put themselves down in exams because if you do badly, then that's sort of like justification of it. But then if you hype yourself up and then you do badly, it's sort of embarrassing. So the best thing to do is just stay quiet. But think positive things and try not to spread the negativity onto other people as well, because everyone's going to be going through the same stress of going through exams. The moral of that would be to just surround yourself with as many positive and uplifting people as possible. Having a really positive mindset towards exams is probably one of the most important factors, maybe even more important than studying. Like, if someone with a negative mindset sits an exam and someone with a positive mindset sits an exam, and say they've both done the same amount of preparation, the person with the positive mindset and the mental clarity is going to do better than the person with the negative and pessimistic mindset. At least that's my opinion of it, and I do think that's a very important factor to all of just having an exam mindset. Yeah, and what would the last thing be? Oh yeah, exams. Okay, listen to me very carefully. Exams do not matter. The grades that you get do not define you in any way at all. Don't let them define you. Don't let yourself be defined by them. The grades are just numbers. They're just comparing you to how well everyone else did. Everyone's going to have weak subjects. Everyone's going to have strong subjects. So don't put yourself down if you don't do as well as you think you did. And when it comes to waiting for your exam results, don't try and beat yourself up over that one question that you couldn't answer in your chemistry paper, because stressing out about it is not going to help in any way, because you're really just experiencing the same anxiety twice. And who wants to do that? I don't want to do it. And I know you probably don't want to do it either. So, yeah. And I think you can also have the same approach to school exams or topic tests. Really, in the end, none of this really matters. And it doesn't matter if you don't go to a good university, if you don't go like the Russell Group, or what's the thing in America, like the Ivy League. Like, no one cares in the end. And if they do care, that's their problem, okay? It's about you. It's about learning and growing from these experiences. And that's just like the moral of all of this. Don't let exams define you in any way, because you should be defining yourself. In the end, you know how hard you worked for this thing, and you're the only person that can measure that. A number or a grade cannot define how much you do that, you know? I think that's the end of that. I hope that was sort of helpful. I sort of just waffled on a bit, but I think having an exam mindset is almost as important as how much you've actually studied, because keeping it cool is sort of what you want to do. If you stress yourself out too much, I do think that can badly affect grades. I mean, a little bit of stress is fine, and I do say this because I do think some stress is important, because it allows your brain to think with more clarity at some times. You're able to just focus on the thing in front of you. But too much is bad, and that's really important as well. So yeah, I hope you found that helpful. If you are watching this before an exam, best wishes in your exam. And if you're revising for your exams, best wishes revising as well. You can watch my other videos that help with revision and motivation and procrastination, all the problems that students and everyone in the world experiences when it comes to working and studying. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you like it, feel free to go watch the other ones as well. And I'll see you in the next video. Yeah, goodbye. It is so cold at the moment, 15 degrees outside, and I can't. My heater is on. I currently have a blanket. Yeah, it's very cold. I haven't opened the window to my room in what I'd say a few weeks. Okay, I can't deal with this. I'm accustomed to the New Zealand summer heat, and this is not the New Zealand summer heat. This is the Auckland winter. Anyway, enough of that. Goodbye. See you in the next video. Have fun studying. Okay, goodbye.